My dear friends, I'm so happy to be here with you today. In this conversation, I want to share some ideas that have changed not only my own life, but the lives of millions of people around the world. These ideas are simple, gentle, and deeply powerful. I encourage you to listen to this message for at least 30 days, whether you're driving, walking, or relaxing at home, because repetition is how transformation begins. Let these truths sink into your subconscious mind until they become part of who you are. Remember, when you change your thoughts, you change your life. Everything good in life, prosperity, love, health, peace, begins in your mind. Every outer experience is a reflection of your inner world. You cannot experience abundance while believing in lack. You cannot feel loved while holding thoughts of unworthiness. The moment you decide to think differently, you begin to attract differently. As I've often said, you are the only thinker in your mind. That means you have the power to choose what thoughts will live there. When you change your thinking, you change your energy, and your energy begins to shape the experiences you attract. So today, I invite you to see yourself as a magnet for love, prosperity, and joy. The first thing we must understand is the basic principle of affirmations. Every thought you think is an affirmation. When you wake up and say, "I'm tired," that's an affirmation. When you say, "I'm so unlucky," that too is an affirmation. You are always affirming something, whether you mean to or not. So the question is, what are you affirming today? Because the thoughts you repeat become the beliefs that shape your life. The mind doesn't know what you want, it only knows what you focus on. If you constantly think about problems, you create more of them. If you focus on blessings, you attract more blessings. Your thoughts are the seeds you plant into the garden of your mind. Choose them as carefully as you would choose the food you eat. The second truth is that you always have the power of choice. You may not control what happens around you, but you can always control what happens within you. You can choose to think in a way that supports your peace, your prosperity, and your joy. When something goes wrong, you can either say, "Why me?" or you can say, "What can I learn from this?" When you choose empowering thoughts, you create empowering outcomes. Every time you say, "I choose peace," or "I choose love," or "I choose prosperity," you are shifting your vibration higher. The universe hears that decision and begins to align with it. And remember, your point of power is always in the present moment. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can create the future by what you think, feel, and say now. Many people keep postponing their happiness. When I have more money, I'll feel good. Or, when I meet the right person, I'll be happy. But life doesn't work that way. The outer world responds to your inner state. When you begin to feel rich, loved, and peaceful now, your reality rearranges to match that frequency. The point of power is always in the present moment. Say it with me. I am happy now. I am abundant now. I am loved now. Another important key is to speak affirmations in the present tense clearly and positively. Your subconscious mind understands only the present. So instead of saying, "I don't want to be poor," say, "I live in abundant prosperity." The mind doesn't process negatives when you say, "I don't want this." You are still giving energy to the unwanted thing. Speak what you do want. Feel it. Believe it. The emotion behind your words is the power that activates them. Words are your paintbrush. Emotions are your color, and life is your canvas. When you speak words of love, abundance, and confidence, you are painting a masterpiece of joy. Now let's talk about how manifestation works in the brain, because it's not magic, it's biology. The brain is designed to change and adapt. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. When you repeat positive affirmations, your neurons begin to form new connections. Imagine a tiny electrical path being carved every time you say, "I am worthy, I am successful, I am loved." The more you repeat, the stronger that path becomes, until one day it becomes your natural way of thinking. That's how you reprogram your mind, not through struggle, but through gentle, loving repetition. You are teaching your brain to believe in your new reality. Think of your mind as a radio station. When you think thoughts of fear or lack, you are tuning in to the frequency of scarcity. But when you think thoughts of faith, gratitude, and love, you are tuning in to the frequency of abundance. The universe is always broadcasting blessings. You just have to tune your mind to receive them. You don't need to beg for prosperity. You simply need to align with it. Don't beg for blessings, tune into them. Prosperity is not outside of you. It's already within you, waiting for you to open the door with belief. And the same is true for love. You cannot attract love by believing you are unworthy of it. Love flows naturally to those who radiate self-acceptance. When you say, "I am lovable," you are sending a signal to the world that invites kindness, respect, and affection. When you believe in your own worth, others mirror that belief. You don't need to chase love, you need to embody it. As you fill yourself with loving thoughts, you become magnetic to loving people and experiences. Every affirmation you speak, every positive thought you think, every moment you choose gratitude, all of it is creating a new reality. You are literally rewiring your brain for success, joy, and abundance. You are teaching your subconscious that life supports you, that the universe is friendly, that everything is working for your highest good. This is how transformation happens, not by force, but by consistency. So, my dear friend, let us anchor these truths in our hearts. You are not powerless. You are the creator of your experience. You are not unlucky. You are unlimited. You are not waiting for miracles. You are the miracle, and your thoughts are the tools that shape that miracle into form. Speak kindly to yourself. Think abundantly. Believe deeply. Take a deep breath with me and affirm, "I am a magnet for love, prosperity, and joy." Feel that statement vibrate through every cell of your being. Then say, "I speak words of love, abundance, and confidence." And finally, "My mind is rewired for success and abundance." Say them daily while driving, walking, resting until your mind begins to live in this truth. Listen to this message again and again for at least 30 days. Let it sink in. because repetition creates belief, and belief creates reality. Remember, you have the power to change your thoughts, and when you do, you will change your entire experience of life. Now, let's move into one of my favorite subjects, prosperity. Because when we talk about abundance, we are not simply talking about money. We are talking about the consciousness of well-being, the awareness of plenty, the inner knowing that life supports us in every way. Prosperity is not measured by what is in your bank account, but by what is in your heart. A poor person with a grateful mind is richer than a millionaire who lives in fear. Poverty is not the absence of money. It is the presence of the belief, I am not enough. That is where true lack begins, not in your wallet, but in your thoughts. So many of us were raised to believe that money is hard to earn, that it's selfish to want more, or that wealth is only for a chosen few. But I want you to know prosperity is your birthright. You were born to live in abundance. Life doesn't withhold anything from you. It only mirrors your willingness to receive. When you think thoughts of scarcity, you block the flow. When you think thoughts of gratitude and generosity, you open the flow. Life gives to you exactly what you believe you deserve. So today, I invite you to expand your sense of worthiness. To develop a prosperity mindset, we must first learn the language of appreciation. Gratitude is the soil in which abundance grows. Every time you say, thank you, you send a signal to the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into blessings and scarcity into sufficiency. When you wake up in the morning, say, thank you for this breath. Thank you for this bed. Thank you for this body that carries me through life. The more you thank life, the more life gives you to be thankful for. Prosperity begins with appreciation. Another key to abundance is generosity. The energy of giving creates the energy of receiving. When you share even a kind word, a helping hand, a smile, or a small amount of money, you are telling the universe, I trust that there will always be more. Fear says, I must hold on tightly. Love says, I can share because I live in an abundant universe. You can start small, buy a coffee for a friend, give a compliment, donate a little to a cause that moves your heart. What matters is not the size of the gift, but the energy of love behind it. When you give freely, you make space for more blessings to flow to you. And here's another truth that many people overlook. Honesty is prosperity. You can't be dishonest and expect abundance. The energy of deceit and the energy of prosperity cannot exist in the same vibration. When you are truthful in your dealings, when you keep your promises, when you honor your word, you align yourself with integrity, and integrity is the path to lasting success. The universe rewards authenticity. If you want abundance, live in truth. Now, I want you to take a moment to speak lovingly to your money. I know that may sound unusual, but your relationship with money is like any other relationship. It responds to your energy. If you constantly say, money never stays with me, or I can't afford this, you're pushing it away. But when you say, money comes to me easily and joyfully, you're inviting it to return. Think of money as a friend. It wants to visit where it feels appreciated. So, the next time you receive money, say thank you. When you pay bills, bless them. Say thank you for the services this money has provided. There is always more where that came from. Affirm with me now. Money flows to me freely, easily, and joyfully. Feel the lightness in those words. Feel the relief of trusting that life supports you. You don't have to struggle or chase. You simply need to allow. Prosperity is not about working harder, it's about thinking better. It's about aligning your inner energy with the vibration of plenty. Prosperity is not a destination. It's a state of being and inner readiness to receive. When you live in fear, you close the door. When you live in gratitude, you open it. When you complain about lack, you attract more lack. When you celebrate abundance, you multiply it. That's how the law of attraction truly works, not as magic, but as energy responding to energy. What you focus on expands. When you say, "My income is constantly increasing," your mind begins to look for ways to make that true. When you say, "I prosper wherever I turn," you start noticing opportunities where before you saw only obstacles. Your brain literally filters the world through the lens of your beliefs. So choose beliefs that empower you. I often say that wealth is not about accumulation, it's about circulation. Like blood in the body, money is meant to move, to flow, to serve life. If it stops moving, it loses its vitality. Spend with joy, give with love, and receive with gratitude. That is the sacred rhythm of abundance. When you hoard out of fear, the energy stagnates. When you spend with appreciation, you are telling the universe, "I trust in the endless supply of good." And remember, prosperity has nothing to do with luck or privilege. It has everything to do with mindset and vibration. A wealthy mindset says, "There is enough for everyone." A scarcity mindset says, "There's not enough and I must compete." One opens the door, the other keeps it locked. You get to decide which energy you want to live in. You can start shifting it right now, simply by the words you use. Speak to your life with gratitude, to your money with love, and to yourself with worthiness. Say these affirmations with me now, slowly, as if they are already true. My income is constantly increasing. I prosper wherever I turn. I deserve the best, and I accept it now. Let the words sink into your consciousness. Say them every morning before you start your day, or while driving, cooking, walking, or preparing for sleep. Repetition turns belief into reality. The more you affirm prosperity, the more natural it becomes to live abundantly. My dear friend, abundance is not something you have to chase. It's something you allow. It's not outside you, it's inside you, waiting for your permission to flow. When you open your heart, when you give thanks, when you live honestly and love generously, life cannot help but shower you with blessings. The universe loves a grateful heart, and it responds instantly to a mind that says, "I am ready to receive." So begin today, right where you are. Be thankful for what you have. Bless your money. Speak lovingly to yourself. Give a little more than you think you can. And every time you do, you'll feel a new sense of ease, of trust, of faith that life truly supports you because it does. And as you continue to live in this energy, you'll find that prosperity is not just about things, it's about peace, it's about freedom, it's about knowing that you are always taken care of. Take one deep breath now and affirm once more, I prosper wherever I turn. Feel it, believe it, know it, because that is the truth. You are a magnet for love, prosperity, and joy. And the more you recognize that truth, the more it will become your reality. All is well in your world, and abundance is your natural state, and so it is. Let me share something very personal with you. For many years, I too held fear around money. I believed that wealth belonged to others, not to me. I believed that money was something to be chased, something that could disappear at any moment. And like many of you, I heard people say things like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are selfish, or it's spiritual to be poor. Those ideas took root in my subconscious and shaped how I related to prosperity. I didn't realize that those thoughts were quietly blocking the flow of abundance. You see, when you believe money is bad, you push it away. When you believe it's hard to get, you make it hard to receive. We cannot hold two opposing beliefs at once. We cannot expect abundance while believing it is wrong to have it. That is why awareness is the first step in clearing money blocks. You must recognize the old beliefs that no longer serve you. Ask yourself, what did I learn about money growing up? Who taught me how to think about wealth? Do I believe that having more means taking from others? Be honest. These beliefs are not your fault. They are inherited patterns passed down from generations that struggled, feared, or misunderstood prosperity. Once you become aware of them, you can release them with love. Say to yourself, I forgive the past. I forgive all the ways I judged money or feared it. I release the guilt I've carried about wanting more. Forgiveness opens the door to flow. The moment you forgive your past financial mistakes, you create space for new opportunities. When you stop shaming yourself for what you didn't know, you make room for wisdom. The universe doesn't punish you for your old beliefs. It simply waits for your permission to deliver something better. The universe loves a grateful receiver. It wants to give to you, but it cannot pour new blessings into a heart that is still clinging to fear. So open your hands. Let go of the old stories. The truth is that money is not evil. Money is energy. It takes the shape of your consciousness. When you use it with love, it becomes love in action. When you bless it, it blesses you back. Now, I want you to say these words out loud. I release all fears about money. I welcome abundance with love. Feel how your body reacts when you say that. Some of you might feel a sense of relief, while others may feel resistance, and that's all right. Healing financial energy takes patience. You are not just changing your bank account. You are changing the vibration of your beliefs. You are learning to trust that life supports you, that the flow of good is constant, that you are worthy of wealth that feels peaceful and kind. Remember, prosperity and spirituality are not separate. They dance together beautifully when guided by love. And now that we've cleared the blocks around money, let's talk about love, because love is the foundation of every form of prosperity. Everything begins with love. and everything flourishes through love. The relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. If you criticize yourself, you will attract those who reflect that criticism. If you nurture yourself, you will draw people who nurture you. Love is not something you chase. It is something you radiate. When you love yourself, you naturally become magnetic to loving experiences. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot receive what you do not believe you deserve. Many of us were taught to give endlessly to others while neglecting ourselves. But I want you to understand that self-love is not selfish, it is essential. The more you fill your cup, the more you have to pour. Each morning, I want you to look in the mirror and say softly, I love you. I really, really love you. At first, it might feel strange, even uncomfortable, but that discomfort means you are touching something deep. You are meeting the part of yourself that has longed for love and approval. Every time you look into your own eyes and affirm your worth, you are reparenting your inner child. You are saying, you are safe, you are enough, you are loved. Love heals the energy of every relationship, starting with the one you have with yourself. The people in your life are mirrors. They reflect how you feel inside. When you are harsh with yourself, you will find others being harsh with you. When you are kind to yourself, you begin to experience kindness all around you. As you practice loving and approving of yourself, you begin to notice that arguments lessen, misunderstandings dissolve, and new, harmonious connections appear. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to convince anyone to love you. Love that is real is never forced. It flows naturally toward peace. I want you to repeat these affirmations with feeling as though you are watering the roots of your own soul. I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. I am now open to giving and receiving love. I deserve love, romance, and joy. Say them with emotion. Feel them as truth, not wishful thinking. The mind might resist at first, but the heart knows. You are not trying to become lovable, you already are. You are not searching for love, you are remembering that you are love. Loving yourself is not vanity or ego. It is sanity and balance. It is the foundation of every healthy relationship. As you change the way you see yourself, you change the frequency of every connection in your life. This brings us to the next step, healing relationship energy. Relationships are not about finding the right person. They are about becoming the energy that attracts the right person. Every bond you have, whether romantic, familial, or professional, is an energetic exchange. When your energy is rooted in fear, you attract chaos. When your energy is rooted in peace, you attract harmony. That is the law of resonance. Like attracts like. So if you want more love, don't chase, align. The fastest way to heal relationship energy is through forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean what happened was okay. It means I choose peace over pain. It's not about approving someone's behavior. It's about freeing your own soul. When you hold resentment, you keep yourself chained to the past. When you forgive, you rise into freedom. Say quietly to yourself, I release you. I bless you. I set myself free. You are not condoning what they did. You are choosing not to let it poison your spirit any longer. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the ultimate strength. When you forgive, you are saying, I trust that love will handle this better than fear ever could. Now imagine how your relationships would change if you approach them from love rather than fear. When someone frustrates you, instead of reacting, you could say inwardly, I choose to see this through the eyes of love. That choice alone shifts everything. When you choose love, your energy becomes magnetic. People begin to feel safe around you, drawn to your peace, open to your presence. You stop needing to fix or control others because you understand that each soul is on its own journey. You can love them without losing yourself. I want you to affirm with me, I attract relationships that honor my worth and reflect my peace. Feel the truth of those words. You no longer need drama to feel alive. You need authenticity. You no longer seek approval to feel enough. You know your worth. You no longer chase love. You become it. As your vibration rises, the people who cannot meet you there will gently fade away, and new souls who match your energy will appear effortlessly, gracefully, divinely. That is how love works. It meets you at the level of your self-acceptance. My dear friends, remember, prosperity and love are not separate paths. They are one. Both are expressions of trust in life. When you open to prosperity, you are saying, I trust life to support me. When you open to love, you are saying, I trust life to connect me. And both require the same ingredients: gratitude, forgiveness, and worthiness. The more you cultivate these qualities within you, the more you will see them reflected around you. So as we close this lesson, take a deep breath and say to yourself, I am willing to release all fears about money. I am willing to love myself deeply. I am willing to see with the eyes of love. Let these be your sacred promises, because every time you choose love over fear, forgiveness over resentment, gratitude over complaint, you move closer to the truth of who you are, a radiant, prosperous, deeply loved being. And from that place, everything you desire begins to flow effortlessly. You don't chase life anymore. You attract it. You don't beg for love. You become love. You don't struggle for prosperity. You align with it. This is the life of peace and fulfillment that is waiting for you. You are ready for it. You are worthy of it. You have always been. When we live with spiritual connection, life takes on a softness, a rhythm, and a sense of meaning that no amount of control could ever create. Spirituality is not something separate from daily living. It's how you live each day with awareness, gratitude, and trust. It's in the way you speak, the way you breathe, the way you treat yourself and others. You don't need to climb a mountain or sit in silence for hours to be spiritual. You simply need to remember that there is a loving, intelligent force within you and around you, guiding you every step of the way. Everything I need to know is revealed to me at the perfect time. This simple truth has carried me through every challenge of my life. When you connect to that higher wisdom, you no longer feel lost. You begin to trust that even when you don't see the whole path, life is leading you exactly where you need to go. The more you trust life, the more life trusts you. When you release the need to control, you allow miracles to unfold. When you stop doubting, the answers appear. This is the beauty of living in spiritual alignment. Everything begins to work in harmony. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start saying, "What is this teaching me?" You see divine order in chaos, purpose in pain, blessings in delay. You begin to understand that nothing is wasted. Every moment, even the difficult ones, is part of your awakening. To help you live in this state of harmony, I want to share with you a simple practice, a 5-minute ritual to align your energy each morning. Take a deep breath and gently close your eyes. Breathe in abundance. Exhale doubt. Again, breathe in peace. Exhale fear. One more time, breathe in love. Exhale resistance. Now place your hand over your heart and softly say, "I am love." Feel your heart respond to those words. Then move your hand to your belly and whisper, "I am safe." Let your whole body relax into that safety. Finally, rest your hand on your head and affirm, "I am wise." Feel the crown of your head open to divine guidance. Now say aloud, slowly and intentionally, "I am open to love, prosperity, and miracles today." Repeat it 3 times. Each time you say it, imagine the energy expanding from your heart to your home to the whole world. This ritual is not just a routine, it is a reminder that you are both the receiver and the giver of love, that prosperity is your natural flow, and that peace is your birthright. When you align your breath, your body, and your beliefs, you start the day not by chasing happiness, but by radiating it. And remember this truth: the universe always says yes. It does not judge your desires. It responds to your vibration. If you think thoughts of lack, the universe says yes to lack. If you think thoughts of abundance, the universe says yes to abundance. If you believe you are unworthy, it mirrors that belief. If you affirm, "I am deserving," it opens doors where there were once walls. Life is simply reflecting the energy you send out. So when you tell your heart, "I am worthy," the universe echoes back, "Yes, you are." When you whisper, "I am ready," it says, "Then let it be so." Say these affirmations with me now and let them become your truth. I am open to prosperity in all forms. I am loved and I radiate love. Life supports me and all is well in my world. Feel the peace that comes when you speak from your heart. Prosperity is not about having more. It's about feeling enough. Love is not about being loved by someone else. It's about loving yourself so fully that everything good naturally finds its way to you. When you change your thoughts, you change your frequency. And when you change your frequency, the universe responds with one simple word: yes.